Hello, this is a solar installation video for Philips products. Let's start with product introduction. The luminaire you will get can be any of these four kinds: MNRE, Greenline Smart, Mini Greenline, or Greenline. There are two mounting configurations of the system: bottom and top mounting. For bottom mounting, the battery is mounted at the bottom of the pole, and for top mounting, the battery is mounted on the top of the pole. Rest of the system, panel, luminaire, and the brackets remain similar in both the mounting configurations. This is the circuit diagram of the system. This part is the luminaire. You do not have to open the luminaire. There are four cables coming out of the luminaire: red, black, yellow, and blue. You have to connect the yellow and blue wire to the PV panel through a connector, and red and black cable to the battery through another connector. Take absolute care of positive negative polarity. There are labels on the end of the cables, and all the cables are color coded. For addition of hybrid unit to the system, you have to make three connections. First, the mains connections by connecting line, neutral, and earthing wire. The second is the connection to the battery by connecting the positive and negative to the battery terminals, and the third is the PV panel connection to positive and negative respectively. Let's get familiar with the major components to be used in the solar mounting. Before starting the installation, ensure that the pole you have received is as per the Philips specification and the foundations are done properly and sufficient time has been given for curing of the foundations. The luminaire comes assembled with a 4-core cable. There are two connectors at the end of the 4-core cable. A standard PV panel cable comes packed with the luminaire. This is the PV panel. This is battery. These are the battery boxes. These can be of two type, the GP sheet or polymer. This is the luminaire mounting sleeve on which a luminaire will be mounted. It will be mounted on the pole with the help of this clamp. This is panel angle adjustment bracket, also known as PAAB. There are two kinds, universal and twin or green line. As a thumb rule, universal will be used when one panel is to be mounted on the system, and twin will be used when two panels are to be mounted on the system. This is the battery box fixture. Battery box will be mounted on the top of it, and it will be fixed on the pole with the help of these two clamps and made by 120 bolts and nuts. These are panel mounting brackets. These can be separate and to be then screwed together to make into the structure shown below, or the structure in itself can be welded together, pre-welded together. There is a provision in the structure for fixing the junction box in case the system is a hybrid one. Let's discuss the luminaire mounting. Take the luminaire, open the connectors at the end of the 4-core cable, take the 4-core cable through the LMS and out through this hole. Then mount the luminaire on the LMS and tighten the M8 bolts and check nuts. Take the panel cable and take it through the PAAB as it is shown here. Take it through the gland. To take it through the gland, open the gland cap, close it back again as it is shown here. Then take the 4 core cable from the LMS through this hole of the PAB inside and then down. Then mount the LMS on the PAB with the help of the clamp. Next, we will make the panel and battery wire connections through the connectors. Connect the panel cable and battery cable to the luminaires panel cable and battery cable respectively. The battery cable additionally comes packed. For making the connector connections, open the connector enclosure. Open the cable grips on both hands. Take the wire in through these slots. Tighten the screws of the connector. Put back the cable grips and put back the connector enclosure cover. Next, we will discuss the panel mounting. For panel mounting, lay the panel upside down. Lay 2 brackets on the panel as is shown here. The bracket will be fixed on the panel by 6 screws marked at the circular location. There will be a rectangular washer which will be used on the bottom part of the panel frame. Here's a zoomed version to give you a better idea of the location. The rectangular washer will be used on the below the panel frame, and on the top of the panel frame there will be the angle. The head of the screw will be below the rectangular washer. This is a detailed layout. The head of the screw is towards the panel frame. Below the panel frame is the rectangular washer, and on the top of the panel frame is the angle bracket. Above that, a normal washer, then a spring washer, then an M6 nut is tightened and a check nut is tightened on the top of it. Then connect the